Good morning, Jack. There's something I want to talk to you about. Do you have time right now?
Good morning, Mrs. Hughes. I was just relaxing in the living room. What's the matter?
There's something I need to talk to you about. Or rather, there's something I need you to do for me.
What do you want me to do?
You know how the marriage is next month, right? I want you to not come to that wedding, alright?
What?
I want you to be absent at the wedding, Jack.
Huh? Hold on for a moment. What sort of joke is this? Why would I not come to my own wedding next month? I'm the groom. There wouldn't be a wedding if I didn't come. The groom can't just be absent at the wedding, you know.
It's not a joke. I'm asking this of you from the bottom of my heart.
What? So you're really telling me not to come to the wedding? Me, the groom, not come to his own wedding?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I do feel sorry for you. I really do.
You're not making any sense. Why don't you want me to come to the wedding? Why do I have to be absent? It's already less than 1 month before the wedding. Please explain to me what's going on here.
I guess so. I do owe you an explanation, perhaps. First of all, my daughter found out yesterday that she was pregnant.
What? Rebecca is pregnant?
I took her to the hospital because she told me she wasn't feeling well. Apparently, she's been pregnant for 3 months. But according to what Rebecca says, you aren't the father of the baby.
Huh?
The father of the baby in her stomach is a young man named Roderick. He's a friend of the family, and we've known him for a long time. Basically, he's an old friend of Rebecca's. Which means that my daughter is pregnant with a child of an old friend of ours.
What is the meaning of this? So this means that Rebecca cheated on me with this old friend of hers?
Don't say cheated. It's such a strong word. The two of them were going out together when they were in middle school. But Roderick moved away before entering high school because his parents found a new job. He became distant to us, just like that. But Roderick returned to us half a month earlier. That's when he and Rebecca started going out again, apparently.
What do you mean, started going out again? She was engaged to me at the time, wasn't she?
Well, don't get so mad. A lot of things happened, and eventually she became pregnant. Rebecca says that she wants to marry Roderick, not you. He's Rebecca's first love and her first boyfriend, not to mention her baby's father, after all. As for me, I only want to grant Rebecca's wishes as her mother. Roderick is my first grandchild's father, after all. I would love it if he married Rebecca. Don't you think that marrying your first love is so romantic? Which is why I want you, Jack, to not come to the wedding.
I don't completely understand what you're saying. But basically you're saying that Rebecca is now pregnant, and the father is an old friend of hers? And she's going to cancel the marriage with me and marry this other guy instead?
No, you've got it all wrong. She says that she's still going to marry you officially.
What?
She's going to marry Roderick just at the wedding ceremony, but on paper, she's not going to cancel the marriage with you and become your wife.
What? Why would I do that?
You see, it seems that Roderick just quit his job recently, and he doesn't even know where his parents are currently. Which means that he's financially unstable. Marrying him would be wonderful and romantic, but since he doesn't have any means to support a family as of now, it's a bit unrealistic.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, that reminds me. Rebecca wants to raise her child with Roderick once the baby is born, so she's saying that she wants to live with Roderick at your new house.
Huh? You mean the new house me and Rebecca were supposed to move into at the end of this month? He's going to live at mine and Rebecca's house?
Yes, that house. She says she wants to live at that house with Roderick and her baby, just the three of them. Which is why we're going to have to make you continue living in your current apartment. If that's impossible, then I want you to move to a different apartment.
Wait, hold on please. Not only am I going to be robbed of my wedding, but you're going to take my new house as well? I'm the one who's paying for both the wedding and the house. I even took out a loan.
Stop being so petty. It's just a bit of money. You work at a large company and earn a lot of money, right? Think of it as your wedding gift to my daughter.
Huh? My wedding gift?
Yes, your wedding gift. It's also going to be your gift to her when she has her baby. Well, that's all I needed to tell you. Give your wedding ceremony in your new house to my daughter, her baby, and her new husband, all right? I'll let you be Rebecca's husband on paper.
Hold on. Do you even understand what you're saying right now? You honestly sound like someone straight out of a horror movie.
Of course I understand. What's so difficult to understand about what I just said? Like I said, you're still going to be Rebecca's husband on paper, which means that you need to pay for my daughter's expenses and also for raising the child. You're going to be the supporter of our household. So do your job as a husband, all right?
Jesus! Are you really being serious? Is your head all right? I'm actually starting to be a little worried for your well-being. You're really 100% being serious.
Was what I said so strange?
Well, excuse me, I need time to order my thoughts. I want to talk to Rebecca about this as well. There's a lot of preparation I need to do as well.
Is that so? There's not much time before the wedding ceremony, so hurry up, all right?
Rebecca, I heard from your mother, but is it true that you're pregnant? And that the father isn't me, but an old friend of yours? And did you say that you wanted him to be the groom at the wedding instead of me? Was what your mother said true?
Oh, Mom told you? Yes, everything she said is true. I'm going to be going with Roderick to the next discussion about the wedding. You don't have to come anymore, Jack. I'm so looking forward to how Roderick will look in a tuxedo.
Rebecca, don't you even feel in the slightest that what you're saying is completely insane?
What do you mean?
You say that you want to appear at our wedding ceremony with an old friend of yours, and that you want to live with him at our new apartment because he's the father of your baby. You're saying that you don't think what you're saying is insane?
What's the matter? Are you jealous? Did you want to go to the wedding ceremony with me, Jack? Why don't we have another ceremony once the baby is born?
Everything is so messed up that I'm not even jealous anymore. First of all, the fact that you had a baby with another man while you were engaged to me is messed up, don't you think?
You were looking forward that much to the wedding? The bride is usually the main focus of attention at weddings, so I thought the men didn't really care that much. But to be honest, Roderick is much more handsome than you are, Jack. Which means that it'll look better in my Instagram feed if he's the groom. Which is why I want Roderick to be the groom at my ceremony.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how you had a relationship with another man and had a baby with him while you were engaged to me. And how you want to take over the wedding ceremony and the new apartment, both of which are things that I paid for. I'm saying that all of this is messed up.
Well, it is a bit unexpected that I got pregnant. But what's done is done. Besides, we weren't even married yet, so who cares if I had a relationship with Roderick or not? It's my choice. Does it have anything to do with you, Jack?
Huh?
You're going to be my husband once we get married, so it's fine, right? About me living in the new apartment with Roderick. I'm only doing so for the sake of my baby that's going to be born. It would be best for the child to be with his or her real father, don't you agree? You can just support the child as their second father, you see? What's so wrong about it?
What do you mean, what's so wrong about it? Why you...
Oh, that reminds me about something Dad said. He says that once we get married officially, he wants you to help him more with his job.
Huh?
You already help out with the family business when you have time after work or on weekdays, right, Jack? If you marry me, you're going to be an official part of the family, which means that you're going to have a bigger responsibility in the family business. Dad said that he's going to be making you do more work. He even said that he's planning on expanding the business, so good luck with that.
Hold on. What's this now? What do you mean he's going to make me do more work? I was only helping him as his daughter's fiancé, because he kept saying that he didn't have enough workers. That was my precious time off. I was already working like one of his actual employees. And without pay at that. If he makes me do more work, I won't be able to do my actual job anymore.
But apparently, another one of his employees left again, and he's having a hard time doing business. Isn't it the job of the family to help one another?
What do you mean he's going to expand his business? They already optimized as much as they could by making manuals and building macros. They're already pushing it to the limit with the number of employees they have. If he wants me to do more work than I'm already doing now, then he's going to need to pay me, otherwise it's not worth it for me.
What? You're his family, but you're going to ask him to pay you money? Since when were you such a petty person, Jack? To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed.
Are you serious? Then why don't you help him with his work, Rebecca? I don't want to help him with his business for free anymore.
I can do it. I know nothing about the work my father does, and besides, I'm pregnant, remember? You're a man, and men are supposed to work hard, right? My job will be doing household chores and raising the baby. Stop being so selfish and just do your best, alright? For me and Roderick and our baby.
Selfish? I don't know why I'm even talking to you people anymore. It's obviously of no use trying to reason with you. I don't care anymore. Do what you want. I'll do what I want as well.
Is that so? Well, it looks like you accepted the situation, so I'm glad. I'll introduce you to Roderick soon.
There's no need for that. I need to do a law preparation first. Just leave me alone for 1 week.
Jack, hey! Answer the phone! What is the meaning of this?
Good morning, Mrs. Hughes. Is something the matter?
What do you mean, is something the matter? Rebecca says that she wasn't able to contact you, which is why I contacted you myself.
Oh, Rebecca. She's speaking the same language as me. But for some reason, we can't quite communicate with each other, which is why I'm temporarily blocking her.
What do you think you're doing at such a crucial time? When Rebecca and Roderick went to discuss the wedding ceremony with the organizers, they were told that the ceremony was cancelled. The cancellation fee was paid and the paperwork was taken care of, they said. They were told these absolutely unbelievable things. Just what in the world is going on here?
Oh, that? I canceled the wedding ceremony.
Huh? You were the one who canceled it? Why would you do such a thing?
Because I won't be going to the wedding? Do you have a problem with that?
Problem?
I mean, it wasn't going to be my wedding, but that of Rebecca and the guy she cheated on me with, right? I have no duty to pay for the wedding ceremony of other people. It's my money, so it shouldn't be a problem, right?
My wedding? My money? You say it like everything is yours and only yours. What about Rebecca and Roderick? It was their wedding as well.
But I was the one who paid for the wedding, right? You said you would pay for half of it after the wedding, as a wedding gift to me and Rebecca. But at the present moment, it was me who had paid for everything.
Well, I guess that's true, but... You just canceled the wedding without telling us anything about it. Rebecca was so looking forward to the wedding. This is so cruel of you.
I was looking forward to the wedding as well. Until last week when you told me not to come to it. Anyways, I'm not going to pay for the wedding of someone else. If you want to have a wedding, then have Rebecca and her friend pay for it. You just have to plan a new wedding from the start.
But this wedding was being planned for so long. It's such a waste. Do you realize what you've done?
By the way, is the wedding ceremony the only thing you wanted to talk to me about? Is there anything else you need to say?
Huh? What do you mean, anything else?
There are a lot of things, right? Like how I sold the new apartment or stuff.
What? You sold the new apartment?
Yep. Luckily, I was able to get rid of the loan as well. A friend of mine works at a real estate company, so it was thanks to him. It was a well-positioned plot of land, so apparently they were immediately able to find a buyer.
What? Why would you do such a thing? That was supposed to be where Rebecca and my grandchild were going to live.
I sold it because it was my house and land. I paid for everything over there as well, so it was my property. I have no use for a house I'm not going to live in.
Your actions are so selfish. Just what are you thinking?
Oh, speaking of selfish actions, I'm not going to be able to help you with your husband's business anymore. I got rid of everything that I made.
What?
The manuals and everything else that I introduced to optimize work efficiency. All of it. Both the physical and digital information I deleted. Tell your husband to have good luck with going back to the state the business was in before I came in to help.
What? Why?
What do you mean, why? I was never even an employee of the company. I was just an outsider. Isn't it up to me as to what I do with what I make?
This is going to be bad for us. Now they won't even be able to go about everyday tasks. They can't expand their business either if they go back to their former state.
Don't you think that the fact that the business can't even go about everyday tasks now, that they don't have the work I did for them, just as the boss's daughter's fiancé, and that I was forced to do the work for no pay, is a bit messed up?
Come back and put everything back in its place. Everyone's going to suffer if my husband can't do his job anymore.
Sorry, but I don't want to do any such thing. And what do you mean everyone's going to suffer? I'm certainly not. And I don't think the employees are either, because they're going to be quitting tomorrow.
Huh? They're quitting?
To be honest, the working conditions at your husband's company are perverse to the extreme. There aren't many employees, which means that each person has to do a huge amount of work. It's common for employees to work overtime until late at night, and they don't even get paid for it. The salary itself is low as well. Not to mention that your husband makes me, a complete outsider, do as much work or even more as a regular employee. There are plenty other things that probably touch on the law. which is why I told the employees about how much money they would be paid at other companies in the same industry, and about how employees are treated and how they're paid at my actual job. I even introduced them to a company an acquaintance of mine works at. I gave them the name card of a recruiter to this company as well, since apparently they were hiring. They seemed to be very happy with what I had done for them. And it seems they're all going to turn in their letters of resignation tomorrow. At once.
What? Hold on a minute.
Apparently they're going to use up all their paid vacation before they quit, though. No one's going to come anymore.
But how is my husband supposed to continue his business now? What are we going to do with the no employees? What are you going to do about this?
I don't know. It's not my problem what your husband does from now. Probably the Department of Labor Standards will decide what to do with him and his business. Because I reported everything that was happening at your husband's company to them earlier today.
What? What do you mean the Department of Labor Standards?
I went to the Labor Standards Inspection Office with proof of illegally long working hours and of unpaid overtime. They'll probably pay a visit sooner or later.
Just what have you done? If the Department of Labor comes to inspect us, then the company will truly be ruined.
Oh, so you did actually realize that what your husband was doing was illegal.
Not only that, but what are our neighbors and relatives going to say when they find out? What am I going to tell my sister-in-law when the company that's been going on since my father's great-grandfather collapses?
It's alright. You don't need to worry about that.
What?
I already explained the situation to all your relatives. Both about what happened to me and what happened with you people.
What? That was none of your business!
The wedding was canceled, so I explained the whole situation to them. In detail, and also apologized for canceling the wedding so abruptly. I gave them printed out copies of you and Rebecca's conversations with me on text. They were actually quite sympathetic to what I had to say.
But...
They accepted that the wedding had to be canceled once I explained everything to them. They said me and Rebecca getting married was out of the question. Thank God the whole family isn't insane.
Wait, marriage cancellation? So you're not even going to marry Rebecca anymore?
Wasn't that obvious? There's no way I'm marrying Rebecca after everything you people did. The fact that this happened before we got married is the silver lining. Oh, I'll contact you again at a later time with the alimony for the marriage cancellation. A lawyer will probably get into contact with you. Please talk to my lawyer and not me directly from now on.
Wait a minute. Why you? Do you think you can just get away with it after everything you've done to us? There's a baby inside Rebecca's stomach. But you went out of your way to destroy our company. How cruel must you be? You're saying you don't care about Rebecca or her baby?
It's none of my business whether the whole house collapses or not. I'm scared by the very fact that people like you even exist.
What?
Both Rebecca, who gets pregnant with another man, even though she's married, and after that says she's going to appear at our wedding ceremony with the other guy, and live at the apartment that was supposed to be ours with him, and you, the parents who supported all of this madness and who treat me like some sort of slave. All of you should go to hell.
What do you mean, treat me like a slave? I never meant to do such a thing.
What was I to you people if not a slave? You tried to steal the wedding ceremony and the apartment I paid for. And you even tried to make me pay for Rebecca and her family's living expenses in return for letting me be her husband. Your husband was even trying to make me do even more work for him, when he was never even paying me. How much do you have to treat me like a piece of garbage until you people are satisfied?
No, it's not like that. You're misunderstanding. That's not what we meant when we said those things to you. You're making it seem like we're evil or something.
Making it seem like we're evil. So you're saying that you aren't? Then is it alright I do these same things to you? Suppose I had an ex-girlfriend who also happened to be an old friend of mine. I accidentally make her pregnant, so now I'm going to go to the wedding ceremony with her instead of Rebecca, and live with her in the new apartment instead of Rebecca. Oh, and I want Rebecca to pay for all of it. Also, I'll let her be my wife on paper, so I also want her to pay for our living expenses and the expenses for raising the child. Lastly, I want her to work at my family business for no pay as well. What if I told you that? You're saying that you would just forgive me? Because that's the situation from my point of view.
But you're a man and Rebecca is a woman.
It seems there's no point talking to you. Anyways, my lawyer is going to be contacting you soon, I think. Please don't contact me directly from now on.
Wait, I'm sorry. Let's talk things through, why don't we? I think we both have misunderstandings.
Please talk to my lawyer about it. Oh, and I found out about this afterwards. But it seems like this Roderick of yours has a wife and children. He apparently has 3 kids.
What? What?
Well, that's all I have to say, I guess. Goodbye. After that, I blocked all of Rebecca's family and had the lawyer my manager introduced me to take care of everything after that. Apparently, at the conversation that was held between my lawyer and Rebecca's family a few days later, Rebecca and her mom made an excuse saying that Jack was going to be Rebecca's husband, so he thought it was alright to depend on him. Rebecca's dad said some nonsense like, I reported you to the Department of Labor as well, so now we're even. I don't know whether to laugh or to sigh. Roderick, on the other hand, kept trying to ask for his actual wife's forgiveness, who I had told everything about. He was shouted at by my parents as well. I had the lawyer be as ruthless as he could to them. And in the end, Rebecca was forced to pay $10,000 in alimony, which included the cancellation fee for the wedding, while Roderick was forced to pay an alimony to both me and his wife, who divorced him soon after finding out about the incident. He cried and begged her not to divorce him, but in the end, she placed a restraining order on him and cut ties completely. After that, the Department of Labor went to inspect Rebecca's father's business. This, together with multiple lawsuits filed by former employees on unpaid overtime, caused the collapse of Rebecca's father's company. Apparently, he tried asking his relatives for help, but they all turned their backs on him. The family was forced to sell their house, and now they live in a shabby little apartment. After the whole incident, they could no longer contact Roderick, and now Rebecca constantly cries because she doesn't know what to do with the baby. She sends me letters through my lawyer begging for me to do something, but I just ignore it since all of her misfortunes she brought on herself. I just hope she learns her lesson and lives an honest life from now, no longer trying to take advantage of people. I, on the other hand, was a bit depressed at my complete lack of ability to judge people's character. But my parents and friends and colleagues all showed support for me, and now I feel a lot better. I'm now living the same life I used to before meeting Rebecca. My goal now is to completely forget about such awful people and make myself a better man, so that I might one day meet someone I could truly love.